You ever notice how people with real wealth handle money differently? It's not what you think. While most folks are chasing crypto trends or trying to guess the next stock boom, the rich are using a strategy so simple, it almost sounds dull, but that's probably why it works so well. I'm Clip Capital, and I've spent years digging into how financially successful people actually manage their money. What I found wasn't some secret investment hack or mysterious hedge fund. You don't need to be earning hundreds of thousands to follow it either. It's a system called the 15-65-20 rule, and it's surprisingly practical. If you apply it, it can completely shift the way your finances grow, starting with your next paycheck. Here's the thing, the finance industry wants you to think money management is complicated. The more complex it seems, the more likely you are to pay someone else to handle it. But the truth? The basics haven't changed in decades, and once you understand them, it all gets a lot easier. What wealthy people understand better than most is that your income doesn't determine your success, your habits do. You could be pulling in six figures and still live paycheck to paycheck if your system is broken, but someone earning half that, with the right plan, can actually build long-term wealth. Let's break it down. The 15/65/20 framework. These numbers are percentages, and each one plays a key role. Think of it like baking a cake. You wouldn't guess the ingredients. You'd follow a recipe. Your money deserves the same treatment. 15%. Invest in your future. This slice of your income is reserved for building wealth, not for bills, not for fun. This is money that works quietly in the background to support your future. Yes, 15% might feel like a stretch, especially if money's tight. But this isn't just savings. It serves two major purposes. Emergency cushion. Life throws surprises at you. A flat tire, a layoff, a hospital bill. Without a buffer, these problems create chaos. With one, they're just temporary headaches. Wealth builder. This is where compound interest comes in. It's the magic of your money earning more money, then that money earning even more. Starting early is everything. Wealthy folks take advantage of tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, or ISAs, depending on where they live. These accounts come with tax breaks that help your investments grow faster, and if your employer offers a match, that's free money. Don't leave it on the table. Contribute enough to get the full match. It's like doubling your money instantly. Once those are maxed, then you can look at regular brokerage accounts. As for how they invest, boring is best. They usually avoid trying to pick individual stocks or time the market. Instead, they buy simple, low-cost index funds that track the entire market. You're not betting on one company. You're spreading the risk across thousands. Over time, that slow and steady strategy outperforms most of the flashy, high-risk approaches. And fees? Watch out. A fund that charges 2% might sound harmless, but over decades, it could drain tens of thousands from your returns. Wealthy people stick to low-fee investments, so more of their money stays in the game. 65%, covering the basics. This chunk goes to your core living expenses. Rent, utilities, food, transportation, the essentials. Here's the catch. Our spending naturally creeps up as we earn more. Economists call it lifestyle inflation. You get a raise and suddenly your old car or apartment doesn't feel good enough. If you're not careful, you end up with a higher income and still no room to save. That's why locking this category at 65% is so important. It forces you to make intentional choices and avoid letting spending balloon just because you can afford to. If you live in a pricey area, keeping costs this low might feel impossible, but there are creative ways to adjust. Shared housing, cutting unnecessary subscriptions, downsizing cars. Wealthy people often choose to live below their means, not because they have to, but because they understand what's really valuable in the long run. A $400 cheaper car payment could mean an extra $60,000 invested over a decade. That adds up fast. And food? You don't need to deprive yourself, but eating out less and cooking more saves a lot. It's all about being intentional, not miserable. 20%, guilt-free enjoyment. Here's the best part. This final piece is all about enjoying your money without regret. Spending is allowed and encouraged, as long as it fits in this bucket. Vacations, hobbies, takeout, tech gadgets, whatever brings you joy. Why is this part so crucial? Because if you try to go all in on saving without any room for fun, you'll burn out, like crash dieting. It never lasts. Wealthy people know that balance is the key. They enjoy life and build wealth at the same time, but they're also strict about it. When that 20% is gone, it's gone. They don't borrow from the future or cut into savings. It's about discipline as much as it is about reward, starting where you are. Now, if your expenses already eat up most of your income, this plan might feel out of reach. That's okay. You don't have to hit these numbers perfectly from day one. Start small. Can't save 15%? Try 5%. Spending 85% on essentials? Work toward 80%. It's less about the perfect formula and more about building habits. Progress over perfection. As your income grows, stick to the same percentages. That way, you get to enjoy the extra cash without letting your spending spiral out of control. Most wealthy people weren't born rich. They just found systems that worked and stuck with them long enough to see results. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start. Even a small step today can make a huge difference years from now. Because when it comes to money, boring often beats brilliant, and your future self will thank you for it.